It's easy for you to say, I believe my visions, I believe my ideas, until you have something impossible to believe in. And what do I mean? You see, when your vision is in its early shape, its early form, it's easy for you to believe in it. But wait until your vision is so grand and large that, according to the standard of humans, it is impossible. Naturally speaking, it is impossible to do or achieve. Can you believe your vision when it gets to that point? Will you still be able to believe your vision? And that right there is the big deal. Before we get into the details of the video, my name is Kenny Otesile, and this video is one of the videos on the Vision series. It's available on YouTube and my website. You can watch the videos, and I believe you will be blessed by them. You will be, impacted by them. All right, let's get right into it. So, the point I want to share with you is impossibility is a creation. Impossibility is not real. Yeah, that is true. Impossibility is a mirage. Do you know what a mirage is? I remember in secondary school, as we call it in my country, for some people they call it high school. I think it was in one of the classes in physics, particularly if I remember clearly, optics. And we were learning about optics and other things around that. And we were taught what a mirage was. I didn't even know what the word meant before then. I don't think I'd heard of it. Uh, Pardon my English. But we learned what a mirage is. Actually, the illustration that was given is when you're driving or when you're in a vehicle, a moving vehicle, and you're on a slopy road or there's some bends, and you look ahead and it looks as if, especially in a sunny day, it looks as if there is a pool of water. Yeah, a small pool of water in front. And when you get closer and closer, you see there is no water in front. What you saw was a mirage. That's what we're taught a mirage is. And that's just an illustration. A mirage is not limited to that only. So, impossibility similarly is only a mirage. Impossibility exists only in the life of the person who believes, that thing is impossible, because impossibility is a creation of human limitation. It's not real, it's created. Now, do you create impossibility? You create impossibility through doubt, through unbelief, because, a wise man, the wisest of all men, Jesus, he said in the Holy Bible, all things are possible. If you can believe, all things are possible to him that believes. And this is what I learned from that scripture. It is that all things actually are possible. Yeah. But the manifestation of that truth, that all things are possible, will only exist in the life of the person that believes. So your belief is your acceptance of that reality. Your belief is your acceptance of the reality of the fact, not just the fact, but the truth, the eternal truth that all things are possible. So if you don't believe that, for you, some things will be impossible. Not because those things were impossible, but because you don't believe, or you don't yet believe they are possible. It is not when you believe they are possible that those things become possible. They are always possible. Yeah, I want you to get that. They are always possible, whether you believe or not. But they will only be possible in your life when you believe. So all things are possible. Nothing is impossible. So impossibility, wherever you see it, is only a mirage. It's a creation of human limitation. And that shows us that impossibility, both impossibility and possibility, are personal realities. For some people, or for one person, something may be possible or impossible, and for another, that same thing is possible. Yeah, it's because they are personal realities, they are not general realities. So I want you to know that all things are possible. Yeah, all things are possible. And if there are some things that are impossible for you, or that have been impossible for you up till now, then you now know that it is simply because you don't believe that those things are possible. And I don't want us to be shallow minded. Let's speak with understanding, with mature mindset. I'm not talking about impossibility, or in the sense of breaking certain laws of the universe, of nature. No, I'm not talking about the means of getting things done. I'm talking about the results, achieving things, achieving, accomplishments, not the means through which you achieved it or the process through which you achieved it. So nothing is impossible. All things are possible. That's, speaking from a more mature perspective now, not to be shallow minded, because some people, they try to argue the truth of possibility, and bring up certain examples, illustrations of things that defy principles, the laws of the universe. Actually, those things are also possible. It's just that there are protocols that have been set. And why are those protocols set? Because God is a God of order. We are not to break order. God is a God of order. So I want you to know this, that impossibility can be destroyed. And how do you destroy impossibility? If impossibility exists because of unbelief, because of doubt, impossibility can be destroyed or is destroyed through belief. Through belief. So if you can believe, everything will be possible for you. All things will be possible for you. They have always been possible, but until you believe, they will not be possible for you. So what I want you to do is this. Think within you. Imagine the craziest of the craziest of ideas you've ever had. Imagine the biggest of the biggest of ideas you've ever had. Imagine the largest vision you've had ever in your mind, and think about things that span beyond yourself, beyond your family, beyond your city, beyond your community, beyond your state, your province, your country, the continent, global. Think globally. And that thing you see in your mind, I tell you, is possible. It's a possibility. So begin to think with the mindset of possibility from today. Some things have not been possible for you before now. Begin to think that all things are possible. Defeat impossibility in your life through belief. Sometimes we judge realities through personal experiences. No, realities are not defined by personal experiences. So if you say, oh, this thing is impossible because in my life, for me, I have tried it, it has never been possible, it has never happened, therefore it is impossible, you would realize that you're wrong. You can never be more wrong. So don't define possibilities by personal experiences. They should be defined by truth, because this is an eternal truth. Now, I want to encourage you, henceforth, believe the unbelievable. That thing that seems the grandest of ideas, the grandest of visions. Believe that thing, because it is possible. It is possible. It's definitely going to happen if you can learn the right things. Like I always say, you give yourself to learning, you learn the right things, and you don't give up. You work hard at it. Yeah, it will definitely happen. So go on believing, henceforth. See you in another video.